How is it going, YouTube? This is Eli Beavers and Visuals, and welcome back to another photo vlog episode. So today I've come to a location you guys have seen before. It seems to be pretty busy outside today, so that is a good thing. It is also a kind of cloudy and moody day. So today we're going to try to shoot and edit together a nice dark, moody photo. So I'm going to be trying to get one photo that I really like, and then we're going to head back home, throw it in Lightroom, and we're going to edit it together. So I'm not going to talk too much outside. I'm going to focus on just taking photographs. It's pretty chilly and I don't want to try to, have this whole mic set up and all that. So with no further ado, let's get our photo. Okay, I am back from the shoot and I've gone through the photos, and surprisingly when I took this photo I didn't really love it, but having edited it I really enjoy it now. So I technically have already edited this photo, but I want to take you through the process that I used to make this just look really nice to the eye. So to start off, the very first thing I would always do here in Lightroom is go to Lens Corrections and check both of these boxes here. And then I will transform this. I want it to be leveled. Boom, just like that. That looks fantastic. I have already cropped this, so we don't have to worry about that. So heading into the basic adjustments, the temperature, I need to warm this up just a little bit. And then this tint, I need to slightly make it more green than it is now, but not much different at all. I'm just going to put it to +2. Now exposure, I actually need to drop the exposure a little bit. So I'm going to go -0.15, so it's hardly anything at all. It's just a tiny little drop. And then contrast, we're going to add in just a touch here. We're going to add a lot more in later, but we will add just this little bit right now. Now we come to our highlights. I need to drop these pretty significantly. The sky is pretty blown out, and I want to restore the detail up there as much as I possibly can. And we're now going to bump those shadows up pretty significantly. I want to bring out the details down there in that metal grate and in kind of the front tire of the bike. So that looks really good right there. Now our whites are going to stay exactly where they're at. They don't need to be touched. But our blacks are going to be boosted up about 21 notches or so. Now clarity, I want this to kind of have a vintage feel. So I'm going to drop the clarity to -7. And I'm going to enhance the vibrance a little bit. So basically vibrance either enhances the saturation or decreases it in the mid-tones only, so it doesn't affect the highlights and the shadows. So I want to boost that up to 31 right there. Then I want to counteract that by dropping the saturation down just a little bit right there. So that is it for our basic adjustments. Now, I already have the tone curve that I want on this edit ready to paste in, so we're not going to critique this and go through this, but I will paste it in right just like that. So there it is. I'm giving this an old school feel, a little bit of that muted bluish look, so you can see what I've done here in the RGB channel. And here's the red channel. Didn't touch the greens. And then the blues. So that is it for the tone curve. That looks really good. Here's the before and after on the tone curve. I really like what that does to the image. It really gives it a different feel overall. I'm going to leave the magentas, purples completely alone. The blues, I want to drop the saturation pretty far down. I'm going to go -65 on these. And the luminance we're also going to drop down. Similar type thing with our aquas. We're going to leave the hue the same. We're going to drop the saturation pretty drastically, -45. And we're going to leave the luminance right where it's at. Now the greens. We definitely need to change the hue. You can see we have this trash can right here. I don't want that to be sticking out and looking so green. I want to kind of mute that and make it fit the feel of the rest of this image. So we're going to drop the hue toward the yellow side quite a bit. We're going to go -53. You can see it already made a big change to the trash can. And then we're going to drop the saturation down just a little bit to kind of take some of that green out. And then we're also going to drop the luminance down. That way it doesn't really feel like it pops out of the image like it is now. Yellows, gonna drop the hue to -13, so that's a little bit more toward the orangish side of things. Saturation on these yellows, we're gonna drop just a little bit, and then the luminance we're also going to drop just a little bit. Alright, we're almost done here with our HSL slider. So the oranges, we are going to drop the hue toward the red side 8 spots. We're going to take the saturation up though. We're actually going to take the saturation up 8 spots, and then the luminance will come down just a little bit as well. Now the reds, we're going to boost our hues toward the orange side a lot. So we're going to kind of change the color of this bicycle. I want it to be a lot more orangish and fit the mood of this image. Right there looks good. Saturation we're going to boost all the way up, and then luminance we're going to boost up quite a bit as well. So that does it for the HSL sliders. Here's the before and after on those. It actually wasn't a drastic change. What you can see, we changed the color a little bit of this wall, made it a little bit more kind of orangish, and then we really enhanced this rust here to give it a really nice rustic vibe. Now our split toning, we're going to bring this to 31 in our highlights, so that's kind of a warmer highlight, and then the saturation will be at 13. And then our shadows, we're going to kind of do the opposite. We're going to make those a little bit more teal, 203. You can see it's right here in that aqua area, and then the saturation will be at 7. You can see the before and after on this. Before and after, it's not much, but just makes a little nice change to the image overall again. We're going to add a little bit of vignette, and we're going to pretty much call this one finished. So just a little bit of vignetting there to really punctuate the bicycle out of it. Now, that's basically the end of the simple version of the edit. What I will do before I would post this anywhere like Instagram or anything, I would brighten up these white tires. I would brighten these up just a little bit to really make them pop out of the image. Then obviously I would clean up this ground a little bit, remove leaves or any distractions like that from the image. But in terms of just a basic edit, this is completely finished. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Eli Beaverson Visuals so you can see this photo in its finished form when I post it. Thank you so much for watching.